number figured out, a motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine, I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine.
Alrighty, welcome everyone. How are we doing today? We have a wonderful game today. Let me pull it up. We got the Owls versus the Ooze Crew for Recruit, and here we go. Yeah, it says Recruit, or is this not Recruit? No. It does say Recruit. Unfortunate. This is not Recruit. This is Prem. It is Monday.
Seems like a T-rush going mid. CT's playing back. All 5 going mid. Intero does get one for USPS. Tarquin's running away, knows everyone is following him.
Yeah, just a big pressure from the T's here, and they look like they're gonna get bombed down.
Bomb has been planted.
Still 4v4, anyone's game. This is gonna be pretty hard for the CTs to retake. With no kit. Oh, and down goes Intero. It's now a 2v4. Jamal and a kid needs to find these picks, but it seems like we're having a hard time entering sight. Staircase goes down, but trades.
Really well held off front of the post plant here. Jamal in a 1v3 situation. Maybe opting to save the armor. Yeah, that's what it's looking like for this round. And really well played by the
Terrorists win.
By the Ooze Crews. Second, I'm having audio issues myself.
Is there no audio playback, or am I just tripping?
There we go. I thought that was me in my headphones.
A full save on the CT half is going to be pretty tough to take around, but that save money is going to be helpful for the 3rd round.
Yeah, 1 Mac 10, a couple Galeals, and a couple AKs for the T side.
It's really interesting seeing people bring out the AKs rather than a lot of Mac 10s, which we've seen in our past games. Oh, grenade goes out, they're pushing. Seems to be a push mid, but they get dropped. Able to find 2.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting point.
Oh my!
Oh, wow.
A brutal grenade takes out 2 people.
Really well done by Philip. Yeah, the AK buy is, you know, I think it's a really good buy, I think, in my opinion, if you expect them to not force. But you do have to play with your team. I think if you're buying the AK and then giving up the potential to lose it at an extremity of the map, it's very detrimental. So, unfortunately, yeah. So I think as long as you're playing with your team, it's a good buy, and it's looking like this is going to be the first rifle round. Interbango with the op and A1Ss for the rest of the squad.
Gotta say that these buys are still pretty even. They do have 3 Galeals on the T-Force, but honestly, a couple of Galeals can make pretty good work of especially CT weapons.
I don't know where I heard it from, but missed shot by Bango.
Seems like the T's are trying to take space to expect someone to be behind that door.
BMM just looking for some information here. Smoked out.
Very small map presence so far. Everyone's playing it very slow.
Oh, a kid pushing through and getting this info gets slimy. Call us back.
Numbers advantage for the CT. Seems like they might be preparing a BXQ, but this is their stacked site. And the op.
Oh, very good read from BMM. They're choosing to retreat. Looking to gather towards mid. The T side.
Seems like they know mid is completely clear. Tarkins is going to be the one holding it, but pretty far off. This is going to be a lot of space for the T's. Again, taking a lot of space, knowing it's not B.
Oh, really?
Tarkins does get 2 in the op. Also, BMM able to find 1.
I think that was a team flash on the T side and almost gets the kill there. Lepuki using the entire mag of the A1S to get that kill, but gets the job done.
Gotta say, the reads on both teams are pretty good, where the terrorist force just rotated immediately and almost had basically full mid control. And the CTs decided to push out, check for space, and they got that space and realized they're not this site.
Yeah, no, that's the game that you have to play on Anubis as a CT. You cannot sit on sites. You have to be proactive, and the Owls were really proactive that round. Managed to get a lot of space and information to read the T's plan essentially, and it's looking like a full rush here onto the B side.
Molotov goes onto the
A
site.
site, my bad.
Everyone flooding into it. Bomb is planting. No kills haven't found yet. They're off, able to find one. But then goes down. Two CTs on the flank. This might be a pretty good stopping power.
Oh. And it's looking like we have a little bit of technical issues going on during the retake. But don't worry, we will be right back. Yes.
See what happens. Jamal! 1v0.
Oh my god, and
does he have time?
Jamal with a crazy defuse.
Yes, he does.
I'm glad we got to see all of that. You know what? It is fine. We are not scripting, I promise. Great. I mean, obviously we didn't get to see that, but that was a really quick presence from the T side, just overwhelming the A site. Managed to get the bomb down, but I feel like their post plant situation wasn't good. They allowed for the CTs to get back and actually get those picks. I am assuming that's what happened. Really well played, and it's 2-2. And it forces the T's onto a pistol round.
Save round. Seems to be a full rush mid. Tarkins is the only one mid. Has an M4. Is he able to find one? Yes, he does get two, though.
Nice. Getting two there is really important.
His teammate, the Molotov goes off. They are hard pushing. The Boogies finds one. Almost gets the other, but goes down.
A lot of damage done.
Two kills Philippek.
The damage, they got what they needed to do there. Yep. The two people who got rushed there and that got there too, and then fell off, making it super easy for the CTs to retake. Really well done. We saw Uzcrews play a couple, like last week, I think, and they're really aggressive. They're really aggressive, I think, on their T side. They like to put 4 or 5 people onto a site. I don't really see them default way too much, but it seems like the Owls have a response to it. They're actually able to fight back and hold them off long enough.
Yeah, their retakes have been pretty solid. Basically trading out their teammates and keeping those guns as well. Their economy is incredible right now. Well, not but pretty good.
Oh, but Zui gets that pick on the Bango blind.
Smart decision to buy an op. But Lepuki pushing out. Flash might have given his spot away.
Oh, that was a good flash. Just could not connect the shots. And does not
doesn't expect him to be up, Canals.
But do they expect Lepuki pushing through rugs?
Can be able to find one.
Lepuki cannot catch anything.
Not looking good for the CPs in 54. Ken trying to find someone through the smoke. They have the site on lock.
Yeah, this is a question of whether you have enough resources and firepower to retake. It's looking like Lepuki might opt for the save here. They know where the op's posted, but it's looking like it's falling back. So it's gonna be a save for the CTs here. Yeah, and Ooze is gonna take another T round here.
Gotta say that Uzcrew played that pretty passively. Usually we've seen them push very, very aggressively and get a lot of picks. But this was a very, very calm round.
Yeah, I think a change of pace here, making sure they can trade and play off each other, can throw off the CTs, especially if they're expecting aggression. So really well played by the Uzcrews, bringing this even. They need to take control of this T side, and they're looking to do just that. Money not looking good for the CTs here, but they're still going to be able to get a buy through. So yeah, winning this round could actually be really well for the Uzcrews, so they can reset the CT's economies.
Seems like still
going for that peek again.
And Bango trying to find that frequency again. Repeat of the second round or the last round where So he gets him all blind.
Yeah, I think that they need to probably revisit this peak. There's a flash that you can throw from this mid site that to help out that peak.
Pretty good spot. Amazon does find one. Will he get the other? Yes, he
Oh.
does. It's not looking good for the
Harkins.
T's. Had numbers advantage, but now they're down to 1. Slimy, does he expect him behind the pillar? Util is going off. Cookie is in a pretty solid spot. The flash does hit through pillar. Are they gonna check it? Cookie able to get one, but he does go down.
Yeah, making this a 3v2 retake for the CTs. We've seen them do it before, or maybe haven't seen them do it before. They have done it before.
Does he expect him to be in that spot? Does he get the kill? Yes, he does. Trades him out. It's now 2 versus the world. Gets one. It is now a 1v1. Akin. Flash goes through. Will he get the kill? Yes, he does.
What a
Sweet.
shot.
Clutches and saves the retake for the T's.
This is a great display of op power. Once Sui gets the op, look at what he's able to do with 3K to just flip the round upside down. Even when they were at a disadvantage, they managed to bring it back. That initial pick, again, lost 2 rounds in a row by Inter Bango. And then now the CTs are forced onto a save round. Let's see what they do here. Looking like they're striking towards A.
Gotta say that this was a really important round for the CTs, and it's unfortunate that they lost it, but honestly, a save could also bring in maybe the push or the mental break they need. It seems like a 5-man push through A. Able to find 2, but the turn damage kills a kid.
Well, 3 kills. Bringing this down to a 2v2. Guns dropped in middle.
A lot of damage being brought, and both players on team deciding to plant on B. But guns in the CT's hands, this could be closer than we thought.
Yeah, no, just that a really good push and read from the Owls here to bring this down to a 2v2. The question is whether they decide to save or if they decide to go for it. But it's looking like the Ooze Crew is going to do around the world here towards the A site.
It's a pretty interesting move, and I think it might work out for them. They do expect them to be B. Do they realize? Yes, they do. Still a lot of time left on the clock. Seems like they're spreading out their retake.
Unfortunately, I don't think they have enough resources util-wise. They don't have a kit here. Probably looking if they can get a quick pick to see if they can retake it together, but eventually enough time passes, I think they're going to fall back, and that might be the right answer.
For sure. And that op especially could do wonders for the CT Force. And honestly, for a save round, that was really good.
Yeah, no, saving the op here and just keep taking into the next round is a rifle that you can drop for your teammates plus some util. So really good safe round actually from the Owls, especially on a very T-sided map here. And we're getting a little bit of KZ from our observer. I love it. Oh yeah, look at this corner turn. Perfect.
Flying a drone through Anubis.
Gotta love this map.
CT's back on a pretty good buy, AK and off in hands. It seems like they're also running a FAMAS.
It looks like Bango might go for the same play. It hasn't worked thus far, but does not peak it just yet. Maybe a little bit of trauma setting in for Bango here.
And he's not even posted with the op there.
No.
Sui is back on an AK.
Yeah, now it seems like it's switched over to Slimy. This is a really powerful thing that I don't think a lot of teams have. People who are able to actually op more than just a dedicated. Oh, and Panko just gets picked off again with the op through Epoch.
Like this hit. Now needs to find one. Does a lot of damage, but doesn't get him down. 2v5.
Oh, and they're all the way pushed up to GT, actually. It's really...
Yes, it does. Is he able to get the kill? No, he isn't.
Yeah, no, I think this...
1v5. And the Pookie does not get staircase. A flawless round by the Ooze Crew.
Yeah, I think they really read what the Owls like to do. They understand that once an op is in their hands, that one person likes to go into E box and probably hold it. But they played it differently this round. Instead of just peeking into the op, they just decided, hey, we're gonna put some pressure and eventually just the AK to take him out. And I think that's the biggest weak spot that the Owls have currently, and the Ooze Crews are taking advantage of it.
Especially that first pick always getting dropped is always really tough, especially because for the CTs, you have one less person to hold like an angle, and that's a lot of space that can be taken by the Ts.
Yeah, and especially like that angle for E-Box. E-Box is so important on Anubis. Taking E-Box control as a T almost guarantees you that B site control. And so if they're getting that for free, it's gonna be a very difficult time for the Owls.
Does he expect in the corner? The 5-7 goes off. Able to get two. Inner Bango holding mid. Gets really low. Lipuki does go down. Inner Bango able to find one with the Mag 7. Another one. It's not looking good for the T's. They had the guns. The force on the CT's half was pretty good.
All right, now hear me out. What if we gave everyone on the CT side Mag 7s and 5-7s instead of rifles?
They'd probably do better.
It's a staircase is going to hear this. Going to reposition into the smoke.
Pretty smart spot. If the smoke does start to dissipate, this is not going to be able to kill. Able to find one, able to find two. It's now a 1v1 scenario. Staircase, flashbang in hand, tries to stall it.
Yeah, stalling in here is the best thing you're gonna know.
10 seconds, but he does go down. Does he have the time? No, he doesn't. He didn't buy the kit.
Yeah,
Staircase.
it was perfect clutch. Yeah, it was a save round. Unfortunately for that retake, the reposition from a staircase into the smoke. Really well played by Staircase. Just manages to outplay them, get those two picks immediately, and then delay just enough that bomb can go off. So really well played by the Ooze Crews there, even though they got outnumbered by the pistols.
For sure, and especially that's how kind of toppling CS can be. You can be like up 5-3, and then immediately go back down to 1-3. It's really tough having basically just a distribution in player numbers where it's like you lose people and then you gain people and then it's back down to like really tough odds. And especially for Staircase, he was able to clutch this up. Markets eats that grenade. BMM goes through the smoke, tries to find target. He is very low.
Oh, that
Molotov a bit too slow to pop off. Lipuki still holding A site.
a lot of controls from the T's here. They have all of mid. They can basically choose where they want to end up. Seems like it's going to be A.
Lipuki playing far back, maybe expecting the A hit, trying to wait
That
for
reload is going to give away his position.
No. Alarm bells ringing. A site is open. Akin is pushing up where side or Tarkin's, I think. Now able to find Staircase mid. Back down to a 3v3. A lot of util being used. Flash goes through. Jamal tries to push through. Able to. What's the ammo? Oh! Oh, it almost gets him, but goes down.
Wow.
Saves it.
I feel like that's the most we've seen from Bango this game. Really well played so nicely. Just couldn't connect onto the third one, giving the Ooze Crews their 8th round of the half.
And I gotta say, that was some really good, basically, crosshair placement for Bango. It's just he ran out of the ammo. If the M4A1S had maybe a little bit more ammo, then he might have been able to get it, but it just wasn't meant to be.
I don't know who it was. I think it was Lipuki who was backside on Heaven, reloading with I think 15 bullets in the mag. I don't think that was the right choice. They gave away his position and made that a really easy kill.
Definitely.
Some things to consider when you're playing, right?
Juggle peeking mid, trying to find one. Lipuki in a pretty solid spot. Oh, but he does get shot down by Sui. I don't even know if I'm saying that name right.
Sorry, that's all I know.
Darkin's able to find one. Maneuvers around, not able to get it though. The T's now have A sec. Tango trying to push pretty fast. Expects one to be in that angle, but able to find one. Does he expect one on the right? No, he doesn't. Philippek taking more space is now a 2v3. Last round, Akin and Jamao need to take this.
Yeah, there's no saving in this scenario. Last round of the half, how are you going to proceed? It is a 2v3 situation.
And fast pushing out does get taken down by Philippek, and he gets the other as well. Cruz making it a 9-3 half.
Again, from last week, Philippek is just such an impactful player. Knows where to position himself, knows how to shoot, knows how to just be proactive on both sides of the map. And that's exactly what he's carrying on to this map as well. So player to watch for 16-6. He does not have all the damage, but definitely can finish off a lot of the kills and assists that his teammates are giving him, making this a very difficult task for the Crews. 9-3.
I do gotta say, Cruz had very aggressive playstyle, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they swap from T's to CTs. And Owls had very good even distribution. So honestly, if they are able to find a couple of picks, I think some of these rounds could definitely go to the Owls. But we just have to see how good Cruz defense really is.
Yeah, no, and I definitely agree with that sentiment. And I think that we saw some life from Bengo. I don't think he had a lot of impact on that op. I think there was 3 rounds where the op pick just didn't get anything. I think that the rifle rounds that he did have were much more impactful, and so we'll see how that plays out for the plans for AVI here. Again,
For sure, and that also could be because of the map. Sometimes maps are really tough for some roles and easier for others. Like rifling on, especially Anubis, I feel really much like easier towards rather than opping. Opping has a lot of just interesting spots you have to remember.
exactly. I think when you have the op on this map, especially CT side, it is so dependent on your spawn. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the T's often beat you to that position if you're peeking E-box to stairs. So those were a couple things. I think that they're gonna have to hit the drawing board how to take those fights a little bit. But we did see some good rounds from the Owls. I definitely think that we saw a lot of good retakes. Some of these rounds got really close, just very minor mistakes that I think they could not handle, that the Ooze crew were able to exploit. And I think that's why the Ooze crews are very dominant on this map. I think last week they played this map in their preseason and they dominated as well, if I'm not mistaken. Philippek having a wonderful round, both T and CT side on that B site. So that's going to be something to watch out for as we start this half.
Mm-hmm.
And it's looking like everyone's just staring at the camera. Wow.
They're all watching.
They're all watching. Every single T is positioned towards B. I wonder where they're going to go.
I mean, these are some pretty good B spawns. If they were to do a full rush, I feel like it'd be a pretty smart move by the Owls. Maybe throw off the pace of the Ooze crew.
Yeah, sometimes you got to meet aggression with aggression, right? And I think especially on this map where T aggression, I think, is very much rewarded. Same as CT aggression. I think that's another thing. CT aggression is rewarded as well. I mean, that's what I really like about this map. It kind of shifts the balance of like, oh, it's a 50-50 map, and you got to play your sides right. Or, oh, look at our observer doing some cool tricks here.
Looking into the mind of Jamao.
What is Jamao thinking? Look at that.
Thinking how this B rush is going to be perfect.
Let's get a look at those knives.
Let's see. M9 Brightwater, pretty solid.
We love an M9 Brightwater, and we got a little. I just got a stiletto. Absolutely love it. We have
Stilettos are the best toothpicks. They're so fun.
We have a Doppler karambit with some, what's it called? Aqua for, I don't know what the name of but
The
uh,
blue gloves.
the blue gloves. Oh, that would
Pretty
be
sure
a,
that was
is that a slooty? Is that a
slingshot
ruby?
ruby flip knife.
Flip. So we'll have the slingshots.
3 seconds left. And they are off. After a long pause, they are ready. Seems like they are doing maybe a B. Oh, and a lot of people are pushing B.
Some early aggression from the ooze crews here. Looking for
Philip
information.
tries to find one. It seems like a lot of mid control is going to the owl. Slimy may be able to hold it down. Does
Ooh.
get taken down to a low health. Maybe their goal is to spread them towards mid and then hit B. This would be a not bad strategy. Playing it very patient.
Yeah, just some quick aggression and then very slow, just taking this info. See what the
I do
C2s
have
can
to
do with
say
it.
that none of them are basically holding A. They expect them not to push, which is really like a ballsy move.
I don't know. Oh,
Okay, drops down. BMM gets 2. Lepuki decides this is the time to push onto site.
Nice
does
shots
find one.
from Lapuki.
Lepuki unsure where it came from. Spots him.
Nice.
Tarkins does help. Lepuki on the flank. Tarkins finds another as well. Is now a 2v2. Slimy at 1 HP.
You just gotta blow on him and he'll fall over.
Even a flashbang could kill him.
Oh,
Slimy
nice
does
shot.
go down.
2v1
Staircase first of all. He
situation.
has clutched the 1v3 before, but will he able to do it with another? Oh, one shot left and he goes down.
Unfortunately, they're all even matched in terms of weaponry this round, so I think that was a little bit much more of a difficult task. But nevertheless, a good try. Almost worked out for the Use crews, but Owls take that round.
Gotta say that they did have a really good B spawn and they probably could have aggressed it, but they had kind of the idea of not doing it, and seeing the map positions, no one went A. Like, it was almost completely clear.
Yeah. And do we know if the ADR is updated on? Oh, double nades.
What a grenade spam.
Oh, the
Love
HUD
to see
is
it.
bugged.
Seems like the T's are pushing mid. Maybe expecting 1 or 2 players to be there, not realizing that everyone is towards B. Philip does get taken down by Lapuki. Staircase also guarding him. This might be a wake-up call to go A. Usually Vango is on the flank. Slimy able to find one with the USPS.
I wonder if.
But
Oh,
doesn't
no. Wants the
takes him
AK.
down.
I call that AK greed. Unfortunately, you know, you obviously want to upgrade to the gun. Did not expect the next player there during stairs, but it is what it is. Nice cleanup from the else. And they're going to be able to take these AKs and Mac 10s into the next round. Just one person down that round. So let's see how this rifle round goes for the Ooze crews and the owls.
It should be a pretty notable round for the Ooze crews. Hopefully they are able to secure it, because if they don't, it's going to be a tough couple of rounds they have to regain. Sui pushes through with a Molotov and does get taken down.
That's a rifle gone.
Staircase, hopefully defending the rifle. Maybe they're going to get greedy by it. Joe maybe does expect it. Staircase able to find one with the FAMAS. Philipek also trades out. Able to find the other. Here's the other one pushing.
Immediately falls back. Really well played by Philipek. Gets yours and out.
Numbers advantage for the Ooze crew. This is looking good for them, but they still have to face some AKs and M4s on the T half.
Yeah, really well played by the Ooze crews. By 3 people in A main. That was just a wonderful play by the Ooze crews. Some aggression that they wanted to show early on. Some support as well from the team. While the rest of the...
that BMM also holding B main is pretty good for intel. Like, they can probably just stack maybe 1-2 on A, realizing that they have all the space.
Yeah, don't think cutting noise is enough here. The CTs are going to be able to know what is going on here. They know they're definitely not going Bay, so it definitely is either mid or a Philippek is on 18 HP though. So this is he's just playing for info here. Gonna hear the bomb go down, everyone immediately rotating.
Philippek is calling it. Detail don't rotate.
Delay a little bit.
This is anyone's game here. They do have the retake advantage, but they do have the numbers as well.
Nice.
Arkit's able to find 2, and Inner Bango, that's the other one as well.
Yeah, really well played. I think Tarkins was in a really good position where his barrel wasn't shown from that position on the plant spot. So really well played, really good positions, and they were just able to clean them up. Easy kill on Philippek there. Philippek was down to 8. What did I say? 18 HP. So yeah, really well played by the Owls there.
It's going to be a tough loss for the Ooze crew. Back on a save round, their economy is in a pretty tough spot.
I think that's the difference between Go and CS2 is just this economy difference for the CT side. Now these guys lost 1 round and are back on pistols after 2 rounds on pistols. So, you know, it is, I think, a lot more, you know, how you, it goes from like, oh, if I can just shoot better to how well can I control the the opposition's economy. And especially if you're on CT side, you get a lot more, you get punished for being too aggressive.
Philippek trying to hold it with Deagle. Do they expect him to
Oh, Philippek with a 5-7.
Let's get one. Molotov does.
Oh,
Okay, does get taken down by Slimy with his USPS. This is not looking good for the Keys. Already down 3 to 4. Soon on site. Will he find one to Deagle? No, he doesn't. He does go down. Numbers back into the Keys' favor.
yeah. Do they expect the person so Slimy so close to the smoke here on E-Box? You got a rifle and a MAC-10 and a Deagle on the hands of the CT side.
Playing it very slow. This is going to be a tough retake before the CT's flash goes out. Slime able to find one. This is a 3v2. This AK might be what exactly they need, and they are able to find another. Bango able to find 2. Will they find the third? Is that 1v1?
Oh, that flash does wonders for Bango. Just buying enough time for
Take the round.
Yeah. Really well played. We know that the Anubis bomb site radius is very tiny, so both players are going to get alive with the rifles, and they'll be able to carry them into the next round.
And I have to say that Ooze Crew has a very, like, before we saw in the T-half, they had a very, very aggressive kind of game plan. And a lot of these rounds, especially the last round, we saw a lot of them take really aggressive positions and basically kill themselves. And it's really tough seeing it go from a 5v5 to a 5v4 immediately losing one man on your team.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that just changes the course of the game, right? Or the round specifically. Look at that default knife. Oh, you hate to see it.
I'm kidding. No.
As we all know, skins equal skill.
True.
You can't tell me otherwise.
The default knife is one of the best knives. Where's the scramble though?
I think if the default knife was paid for, like you had to pay for the default knife, people would buy the default knife.
For sure.
It wouldn't be called the default knife. But
they'd have to change the name.
Yeah.
A lot of util being dumped mid. Slimy
Right,
does take some damage with his op. This is a very, very strong buy for the CTs. If they want to take a round to get a win, it would be now. Inner Pango does get 2. We see this aggressive game plan even on CTs.
oh, what a
Another
great nade. Yeah. It was kind of the opposite of what was going on A, where the Ooze Crew was sticking 3 players on A main. This time it's the Owls to stick 3 players on B main, only lose 1 person and gets 2 out of it, putting the CTs on a deficit here. But don't count Philippek just out yet.
lot of util being dropped all across the map. Trying to slow them out as much as possible. Philippek wants to take space, but does go down.
Yeah, and Slimy quick rotate through Temple here. Ops posted for a Temple peak. It's just gonna get mollied out though.
Bomb is planted 2v4.
2 flashes, 2 nades, and a smoke for the retake. Would you go for this, or do you think you'd save into the next round?
The op is such a good holding tool for them. Like, and yeah, there's.
Well, don't worry, they're saving. I promise. I promise they're saving.
It's such a good holding tool, especially on Anubis. You really want to have that guarantee to hopefully maybe claim 1 or 2 rounds, which is what the Ooze Cruise needs, because they are about to go 9 to 8, and
Yeah,
this may look pretty bad for them.
yeah. Remember that the half started at a 9 to 3 in favor of the Ooze Cruise, and the Owls have just been running through the defense of the Ooze Cruise. A couple of close rounds, but most of these have been just kills. Only the last 2 rounds have been bomb, I guess bomb related. I don't know how to say that. Would you say bomb planted? Bomb
Post plant related.
Post planted.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm learning.
Aren't we all? These players aren't, because this is a pretty even game. They already know what they're doing.
That nade.
Philippek eats another grenade! He is starving, yearning for the grenades. It seems like a very hard push getting ready to go outside. Wow. A lot of trades go out. Slimy, with the op posted close, this could be what they need. Alt-up goes through. Oh, but he goes down! The op dropped onto the floor into Bango's hands.
Bango
Getting a taste of what he wanted last round. Its staircase goes down as well. Sui verse 3.
Every time Bango picks up the op, I'm always just stick to the. I love Bango. Don't worry, I've played with Bango before, but wow, that was a really good push from the Owls. Just really interesting play from the Ooze Cruise. They had a weird boost that I've actually never seen before. Just boosting to get that first pick, but those. I think it was Bango who got those kills with the A1S, just being able to run them down. Really well played by the Owls, forcing Sui into a save. They know where he's at. Do they hunt him? I don't think so.
Their economy is pretty good. Tries to go for the grenade, does not hit him at all.
Wow, really well played. And they're going to bring this up into the next round. Really important. They're bolstering their economy. They're going to be able to buy for future rounds here. Very limited contributions. So very well set up for the Owls, and they bring this 9 to 9.
The Ooze Cruise on a full loss bonus. They save the rifle. They have enough for an op again. This is probably their last stand. They really need this round. They've lost, I think, like 4, 5, 6 rounds in a row, and they really just need to find one.
They've lost.
Slimy able to find targets mid. This could be the pick they needed.
Absolutely. Putting them as an advantage, but we've seen the Owls come back from a disadvantage before, so they need to respond to this advantage really well. I don't get the re-smoke if they're doing the lurk smoke. You can't see them, but that's my own opinion. Someone tell me what it's about in chat.
Oh, and but does get taken down by Sui.
Really well played by Sui.
Grenaded as well. Really low HP with the op.
Yeah, it's a 3v5 for the T side here. It seems like the Ooze Cruise finally have a response for their aggression. Lepuki just slicing and dicing the corners, just trying to see if anyone gives up anything. But the Ooze Cruise are very well posted.
Will Philippek get him? No, he doesn't. Lepuki takes him down. The push through mid is not looking good.
And that's exactly what they were looking for. And wow, really well played by the Owls to get the bomb down. Where in a round I did not think they were going to get the bomb down.
For sure, and now it's tied back up 2v2 post-plant positions. Now AK in hand probably doesn't expect him to go through the flank, but does hear him. 6 shots. Lepuki saves his teammate. BMM 1v2 needs to find something. Flashes go through.
He dodged both flashes, by the way.
And he goes down. The Owls, after being taken down to 3v5, they take it back.
Wow, that's actually a wonderful round. In a round where I think if they just took their hands off the keyboard and held what they were needed to hold, they would have won that. But that re-info peak from the Ooze Crews in mid gave them the opportunity. That pick onto Philippek, I think he was on Nico, gives the Owls the pinch they needed, and now they're back on Deagles.
And I have to say that it's going to be a very tough round for them to win. And their next buy round, if they aren't able to win that next round, it's going to be so tough for them to regain match point. And already, 5v2, they're just getting taken down in numbers. Staircase able to find one with the 5-7. Picks up NAK.
I think you save this. Don't have a lot of, you can't. They're not gonna let you. The Owls are relentless. This is AVI. Do not ever count them out.
8 rounds in a row. This is looking really devastating, especially for the mental of Ooze Crews. They had a 9-3 half and immediately haven't gotten a round yet. They are back on another bye. This is gonna be the last stand they have. If they're not able to win this next round, it's going to be almost impossible for them to win the final round.
Yeah, and you know, like the Owls have a little bit of rounds to play through. They're going to try something new here. The Ooze Crews are looking to try to get that pick, but they don't end up getting it.
Slimy playing Canals. And Bango does go down.
Oh, just not.
He misses the op shot, though. Does get pushed up, but he is not able to get the op shot. 4v3. Ooze Crews does have numbers, but doesn't go down. PMM. They do have sight. Staircase trying to push aggressively. Wants to take this, but does go down.
Oh, Philippek.
Sui does get one.
2v2.
This is the last stand. This is the last chance they probably have. A lot of util goes out. The Molotov and the smoke goes to the same spot. Seems to be they both are pushing out. Lukuki pulls across. Able to find one. Is a 1v1 Akin versus Philippek.
Akin is not.
Oh,
giving
does
away
he
his
expect the position?
It is planted for him.
Ooze Crews on bomb.
Immediately knows.
He's sticking. Goes off.
Oh!
Wait, does he have time? It seems like he does.
What a shot from Philippek. You don't expect that, but that was actually a really good round for the Owls. Look at the money on the CT side. They lost so many people, so much util on that retake. It is going to force them down to MP9s. A couple of rifles carried over, but really well played from the Ooze Crews. And
it's kind of a, it's kind of a double-edged sword.
It's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, because not only did they finally get that momentum and finally have a round, and down goes Slimy, but the guns they have are not good.
And BMM peeking E-Box with an MP9. If I showed this to any of the Prem players, they would tell me, why the heck are you peeking E-Box with an MP9? But who am I to say anything? I'm only a contender player.
True.
Looking for some B aggression here.
They keep doing more B aggression. So he pushes out. Oh, BMM also goes down. This is not looking good.
They don't. Do they expect to look back
On
here?
site. Is he able to get one? No, he's not. Staircase with the op. I would assume maybe he's here to save, because a 1v4 does not seem manageable.
Yeah, you only have one of. You don't even have a full belt. You do have the util, but it's a 4v5 situation. Yeah, I would just save here and just hope you can get the finances ready for the next round. Losing that many people in the last round, I think, was very detrimental. I think that once they lost 2 people and they had sight, maybe saving was the option to go, because it would have given them a fighting chance. But the limited firepower that they had with the MP9s just really hindered their opportunities to get into this round.
Let's spot the shadow. Does he miss the op? Able to find one. He's trying to take that space. Does hear the other guy behind him.
They're really trying to take
Tries to
this
get the
gun
op
away.
shot. And the op goes down staircase. The one gun they were trying to save goes down. Match point.
Oh, you hate playing match point on a limited buy. One rifle, a couple,
Four
just four
MP9s.
MP9s and util.
I do have to say that we've seen the Ooze Crews have such an aggressive playstyle, but it just has not worked for them on the defense. And we've seen them push really heavy angles, and it's really tough seeing them go with rifles instead of SMGs, especially. And on the long angles, they decided to use some SMGs, which doesn't really seem like a notable strat. Philipek able to get one, but does get traded right after 4v4. T's already have B's side.
We got some pinching going on in B-box. The Molly is coming out late, but eventually gets it down. Does a lot of damage, and it's all on the BMM.
Down, a brutal takedown by the Owls. Ooze Crews only able to take one round on their CT half. That was devastating to watch.
Especially after such a strong start by the Ooze Crews on that T side. They started the half up 9-3, and they did not win a single T round up until that very last round, where they lost, I think, 4 people, and their econ was just not really suited for that. Again, I think AVI had the reads, even though there were some nice plays coming out from the Ooze Crews. It was just very limited and really hard for them to fight the AVI and what they had for their T side. So back to the drawing board for the Ooze Crews. I think that they're starting the season again. It is match day 1, and they're going into the second. I think they have a really strong T side, but they need to figure out how they're going to coordinate that CT side aggression, because I think at some points they weren't really coordinated, and it really came to bite them in the ass.
For sure, and especially that aggressive playstyle, it works on T, especially like overwhelming enemies, and especially taking mental away from them. But the Owls just had an incredible comeback on their T half. They played it really well. They played it passive. They have a very, very middle of the line. Just we can play aggressive, we can play passive, we can win these retakes, and we can win these buy rounds.
Yeah, 100%. And again, just really well played by the Owls. Econ, much a big factor for the Ooze Crews. I don't think they had a lot of full rifle rounds. I think that
They had a couple.
they had a couple, but I think there was like 3 or 4 vital rounds that came just to pistols and MP9s, and they just couldn't do the damage onto the onto the Owls that needed to be done. And the Owls just kept rolling through. They won almost every round with 3 or more players alive, and it just kept steamrolling. So that was really well played by AVI. I'm excited to see they are a very strong squad, as we've just seen. And yeah, that was that game. Really
Mhm.
really good game.
Honestly, both teams did play pretty well, especially like Ooze Crew's like T half was really insane for Premier. I'm pretty sure that's the rank, right?
Yeah, Premiere. This is
Yeah.
Premiere.
We saw them play aggressive and get away with it, but their CT half just wasn't perfect, and the Owls just played pretty well overall. Their CT half was rough, but I mean that was against the Ooze Crew's aggressive T half.
Yeah, I think that was one of those cases where, like, even though you did have a good T half, you did, like, Anubis, as T-sided as it is, you need to have a decent CT half, right? You cannot not play CT half, no matter how many rounds you get. Either you start T or you end T. Like, you still need to be able to get some rounds on CT, and just we did not see that from the Ooze Crews. I think they have the framework for their T sides really laid out, really good aggressive play, really good teamwork, really great reads. But on their
For
CT side,
sure.
looked like they were lost for answers. They didn't know what to do in some cases. Sometimes it seemed like just their util was a little bit off, or not making the right calls to save. Sometimes you just need to let go of that ego and say, hey, we're going to save this round and take it into the next because we need to build up that economy. And economy is key, especially in CS2 CT side. So
Hmm.
going forward, I'm sure they're going to hit the drawing board. These are really smart players. These are really good players. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see. And I'm excited to see how this progresses throughout the season.
Definitely. And we have another game coming up soon. It is going to be, if I am not wrong, um, the yes, Marksman's versus Copy Pastas, and I think honestly it is going to be another really good game, and hopefully it can match our first one.
Oh, the copy pastas. I love UPS.
I don't. I'm kidding. But the Copy Pastas have been playing
Hey,
really
whoa.
well this season, and especially on the higher ranks, we've seen them like their mental maybe get a bit tainted, and then immediately bring it back, coming in strong.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like I think it's definitely a new team. So I don't think you can take any real pieces except maybe for Kigu's calling from last season, given that majority of their team is no longer there. They were, I think most of them, if not all of them, were on an ESEA team for Maine, and they played in CSC, and they kind of just steamrolled, I think, and they ended up winning the final um, convincingly. So now Kigu has to learn to play with new players here for Prem, and I think it's going to be a real testament to see how strong UPS and Kigu's IGL and can take a team into it. So I'm excited to see what they do. I know Kigu personally. I think he's a great IGL, so we will see. That's enough glazing though for Kigu. He only deserves one little bit of glazing every other month. That's as much as I'm allowed to give him
For
per
sure.
my contract. Per my contract. Sorry, Keeg. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they are able to cook up. And yeah, so I think we'll get on this game soon. I'm not sure when it starts. All
Going
right,
to a
it seems.
break.
Yeah, we'll be on a
All right.
break, and then we'll see you guys in a bit.
right.
All
We are
right.
back. Sunny Anubis.
We love Anubis here in CSC. This is CSC's map, and it's looking like the copy pastas are going for some early B aggression.
Milkman, USPS.
Looking like me on
Bot. Doesn't realize the flank is going through. Comrade Sniper does get 2. Retired bot. Let's go down. Kigu. It is a 1v4. He needs to clutch this up. Does have the sight read correct.
Oh, nice shot.
Does he expect him to? Spots 1, spots 2.
Looking for the third for info.
Able to find another on site. 1v2.
Worried about a flank.
And down
Oh,
he goes. A good effort, 2 kills, but unable to get it. The marksman takes the first round.
yeah, really good push from the CTs there. They just did not expect the 2 players that were in rug, so they immediately got punished for that aggression, thinking they were safe. They didn't get those initial fights as well. They had a couple easy picks, I think. Well, easy to the layman like myself, because I'm so good, and you know, didn't hit him. Just kidding. I would miss those as well. And now the CTs are still on the pistol, and it's looking like Mac 10s for the Ts. Oof.
Trades go off the bat. Door. Seems like a pretty cool stack position on B site. Retired bot goes down through the smoke and a headshot by Gorilla Chinchilla. Milkman able to find another. Still pretty tied up 3v3. Seems like they have A side once again.
Yeah, it seems like here you're just looking as a CT to do as much damage as you possibly could. You already are in an advanced position with a Mac 10. What else can you do?
Milkman low HP. Mac 10 can. Tries to find one. Does he go? Yes, he does.
Ooh, a lot of damage.
Does get one. Flank with the deagle. Galil in hand. He's just him versus the world. And I'm assuming he clutches.
We will see what happens. This is okay. It's just that the clutch. Oh, clutch not go through.
The save. Keeping that Galil intact.
Surprise. Yeah, saving the Galil is not bad. In my opinion, the Galil in the right hands, let's say Donk's hands, is basically an M4. We're not Donk. So unfortunately, light buy coming from the copy pastas here. They're not opting for that rifle round in the third. Just a few MP9s, probably playing close angle and retired bot with a 5.7 in hand.
Seems like a pretty aggressive push towards the A side. Retired bot 5.7 in hand. Does he expect Comrade Sniper to beat him last time? Does find one. Does he know the other one crossed?
I think he might have heard
Seems
him.
like both of them don't know.
Oh, interesting. It's always so funny seeing players on X-ray. Whoa. Because we see where they're at.
Also goes down. Kiyu, this one as well, but also goes down. 3v2 on the board.
Oh.
Retired bot goes down. Able to find one. Takes up the AK. Will he find the other?
I think he has the info.
Where he is. Oh, and down he goes.
Yeah, I think the aggression there, they don't have that. 2 rounds, so their pistol round and this just last round, UPS did not know, did not necessarily clear out that Ruggs position. And I think that really punished them in the in the first pistol round in this round. They kind of walked through initially and didn't see anyone, assumed it was clear, but just because you were holding a deeper angle. But now they have the rifles, so let's see how they play their rifle rounds. We have a little falchion action from Jack.
was a pretty good buy round for the CT Force. A bot, retired bot has the op in hand. If this is a round to win, this is the one. Very passive gameplay throughout the whole entire lobby right now.
Yeah, just kind of playing for info here, seeing what they can pick up from the other teams respectively. So yeah, they're just gonna wait it out. No aggression really. It looking like the T's are gonna go up mid, try to contact out. And the CTs don't have a lot of people mid.
A lot of util going through mid. 3 T's all pushed up. This is going to be a pretty tough sandwich on A. Retired bot does have the op, maybe is able to hold the site for the copy pastas.
Oh, and that nade just doesn't blow up properly.
And the op goes through.
Wow, putting the T's in. Oh, retired bot
takes a lot of Molotov damage.
I think looking for that peak, but probably not the smartest thing to do. Takes a lot of damage, but it is a 4v2, so maybe it's a risk you're willing to take. Get the information that they're probably going B. Jack
a pretty solid spot. Maybe expects to push and does get the kill.
Excuse me, chat.
Him through the smoke. Spraying through the smoke. Talon. Tries to get through the smoke, but he's sticking, and the copy pasta does ninja defuse.
Really well played with the copy pastas. Jack probably looking to keep himself alive and brings us on to the next round. So yeah, that was really well played by the copy pastas. Obviously, kind of a few deaths that you probably didn't want, but overall, really well played. They're going to be able to buy strong into this round. It's looking like Talon's going to have maybe a Tech 9, yeah, coming into this round, and then surrounded by AK. Oh, never mind. Gets dropped a Galil. So we're going to have a full rifle round, just Talon on a Galil, and we're going to be able to see what the marksman can do here.
The equipment is on the CT's side for sure, but honestly, this could be anyone's round.
Yeah.
Jack is taken down mid. It's pretty quiet around. 4v5. T's are down a member. But a lot of damage onto the CTs. Gorilla Chinchilla does spot one behind the pillar. That's exactly where he is. Tries to get the AK shots on him. Oh, that's Temper. Pushes through multiple.
Oh
my! Run and gun finds the other. Will find the third. Yes, he does! Comrade Sniper, the run and gun, aggressive play, able to find 3. The smokes go through. Site is claimed for the T's.
Oh, a lot of spam damage done onto Gorilla Chinchilla. By the way, banger name. And it's looking like the CTs might opt to save here. Yeah, Kigu getting 1. Might actually put the retake back on. Upgrades to the AK here. Nice quick little reload. See what they could do here.
Fine. Sees one pizza. The gunshot's right above him. The quick scope, but unable to get it. Marksman down a member at the beginning, but Comrade Sniper with those 3 kills, especially the run and gun, able to take the round.
Yeah, just very well played by the marksman, forcing now the copy pastas into a save again. And I know we just repeated it because we just played the same map, but this is a very CT sided map, so knowing when to save and when to go for it is really important. When do you want to take those risks? And they had an AK and an op there, so that was 2 weapons that they could have saved into this round. But now MP9, come on.
Kigu, MP9 in hand, able to find 1. It's not bad. Seems like the Keys are starting to regress more, but this is a pretty stacked site. Retired bot playing close with 5-7, tries to find one, doesn't get it. Gets the wrong person, but still finds one.
Yeah, what do you
Honestly,
do?
Go for it.
I was like, what do you do when you have 3 people in front of you when you peek? It's like you try to aim for one and then you aim it all. Luckily gets one there and does a lot of damage on the K.
Right. Section seems to be pushing up. MP9 able to get the headshot, but unable to get the kill.
Oh,
2v2.
Still a lot of damage done. So not necessarily a bad round. Milkman pushed all the way up here.
Holding gets
Oh,
one single headshot, and they take the other. But they don't have the time. Oh man, that is. I think he picked it up.
I think he picked it up at the
Oh,
end there.
that is a tough loss for the copy pastas. Definitely, if they just got that defuse quickly, they might have been able to get it. Or if they just buy a defuse kit, usually buy a kit.
Yeah, in those situations it's hard, right? Because you're waging whether or not I think a diffuse kit is viable to the round and what your goals are. I think they reached the goal of doing damage to the T's. They got all 5 of them eventually. Unfortunately, I think that if they did pick it up, I'm not 100% sure, but if they did pick up the kit later in the round, it wasn't in a position that was close enough to the bomb. So I think he picked it up on the way out. Still good because they can save $400. So yeah.
Round slows down. We've seen the marksmen lose a member at the beginning, but then take the round back. So let's see what they can do. The op still holding strong. Seems like a lot of them are pushing canals. This is their more stacked site. They seem to be unsure where they are.
And a lot of pressure here in E-Box. You're gonna hear the Molotov.
Get one with the M4 spray down. Section does go down to Comrade Sniper. Same spot as last time. Retired bot does not get the pick with the op. It is a 2v3. Comrade Sniper, this is his lobby. This is his space. He loves pushing B. 3 kills. Once again, 4 kills.
They
Kigu.
see each other.
Does he know? He's in the smoke. Yes, he does. Get it. But Comrade for the ace gets the 5 kills and picks up the op. This is not looking good for the copy pastas.
It just seems like they don't have an answer for this. They end up getting 1 or 2 picks every single round, but it seems like in another part of the map, they just give up the worst timings or the worst picks. At that point in time, once you have numbers, fall back maybe. Play more conservatively. You don't need that aggression anymore. And it just seems like they don't have the answers. Marksmen are taking full advantage, and they're able to come up with some really nice shots from Comrade Sniper as well, putting the team on his back.
15 kills in round 8 is insane. Especially for the high-level Premier.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost one, but Talon does get him. Kigu is able to get one. He knows he needs to get another, but down he goes. Oh, no, he does get the other. Comrade Sniper does trade him, though.
Again, in a situation where the CTs are given Leon opportunities to make this a fair fight, but we'll see what they do here.
Jack goes down to retired bot. It is a 2v3.
Yeah, both players, though, brought down to 1 HP. That was a wall bang through Haha's leg, too. It's just unfortunate.
Comrade Sniper playing. Can he get the op shot? Yes, he does. Comrade just weaving around side, tries to hide inside the smoke.
How is he alive?
Trying to stall for time. But Talon gets both with the Galil. And down he gets the bomb. A nice tumble, but secures the round for the marksman.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the marksmen also don't have a decent, like a good buy here. They're going to be able to get AKs and everything, but no op for Comrade Sniper. So, and we all know why Comrade named his name as such. Really good with the op. Is a dedicated opper, so we'll see what he can cook up with the AK this round. And MP9s and Deagles for the CT.
I mean, we have seen him with some incredible run and gun with the AK, and especially some good shots.
Oh yeah, the run and gun was absolutely insane. That's the thing I love about Premiere is that like you will see some things and you're like kind of like, whoa, like you wouldn't never do that or you wouldn't advise to do that, but they are so good at the game, or they're so aware that like they know exactly how that pattern is going to react when you're running or whatnot. So it makes it just so viable. And Comrade Sniper is a really, really great player. So, and has been playing for a while now. So we love to see that kind of level of gameplay.
A lot of gunshots go through. Tired about playing back with the MP9. Expects the flash. Does he get? He does get another. Numbers are going down for the T's. But Jack, on the high ground advantage, able to find one. Oh no, yeah. It's now down to XD lol.
A troll name, obviously one that you see in the kill feed, and you get a little tilted. That's okay. I love that. Both are playing towards beach. Very safe position.
Playing pretty passive, maybe playing for exit frags, but just doesn't have the opportunity to get onto site. Maybe going for the ninja defuse at the last second. But down he goes to K.
Yeah, they're aware of that possibility. And the copy
pastas. Not looking good for the copy pastas. In our game before, we've seen the Ooze crew take a lot of rounds on their T half, but then have the other team bring it back. But we could maybe see this happen again. Maybe the copy pasta's not too comfortable on the CT side.
Yeah, again, this is a very CT sided map. It's kind of calling to that like old Inferno-esque style where even 3 rounds is still winnable, as we saw in the last game.
T-sided or CT-sided?
This is a T-sided. T-sided.
Yeah,
Did I say CT?
CT?
Oh, my bad. I meant T-sided, obviously.
Oh,
nice shot.
Through the middle. It's a really good opening pick. Hopefully finding one. Doesn't hit damage. Gets the other on section and decides to overheat. Does he get the other? Yes, he does. B-side is his. Here's the Molotov damage, but it's just theirs. They have sight now. Bomb is still on the other side of the map, though. Seems like they might be just like postponing them on B. Maybe doing a rotate towards A.
I think that's what they do. They dragged all the rotates over from the CT side onto the B side here.
Hoping A on the drone goes down. Still even numbers, but gotta say Comrade Sniper is working up really far, so he might be able to find a good spot. Bomb is now starting to plant. They realize this site is the wrong site. They need to rotate.
Yeah, and you know, this is the kind of question you're gonna ask. Like, are they gonna opt to save? They need to get their economy in check. That's the thing about CT side, is that you can easily spiral, right, into a cascade of a bunch of losses because of the fact that you don't get your economy in check. Did you save when you needed to save? If the answer is no and you got punished for it, then what's the point? And we saw that in the last game where I think a save was needed to bring the game to a possible OT, and we saw that last round played against the Ooze Crews and ABI, where the last round was a save round essentially because they didn't have any money. And that's the new CS that we all have to get used to.
For sure. And honestly, the marksmen are playing pretty well too. Comrade Sniper did really well this whole entire half. Still 2 more rounds, so maybe the copy pastas can get 2 more rounds. It's a really good buy on both halves, and still anyone's round.
Yeah. Yeah, 9-3 means
a lot of aggression towards the B site. It is a 4-member stack. Seems like they're gonna try and mix up. Oh, and the melt through 3! All of them go down. Copy Pasta. Back for this. So much util being used. Haha, overheats. Does he get one? Yes, he does. Does he get one? No, he doesn't. Jack goes down. Copy Pastas. The read spot on. Holding B, spraying through the smoke and getting almost all of them.
Yeah, and that's where I kind of have to congratulate the copy pastas. They got a read on a play here. They obviously stacked the right site, managed to get all the kills, didn't lose too many numbers, able to get a full buy onto this next round. So really well played, and we'll see if they'll be able to get the next one.
And final round of the half. It's pretty tough buy for the keys. We've seen their economy. They've won so many rounds, but honestly, they're not ideal. Gorilla Chinchilla aggressive once again, finds a big hit.
It's always great when you can pick up a player like Gorilla Chinchilla. This is an opener.
Trying to hold him down. Down he goes as well. 2v4. Even with the worst guns, it seems like the T's are just able to get this space. The section goes down mid. All down to ha 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 ha. XD, low. And down he goes.
Yeah.
10-2 half. Marksman up a ton of rounds. And Comrade Sniper, 20 kills.
You know, that is very tough for the UPS side here. You have Section with only 1 kill in the entire half, putting up less than 300 ADR. You can't even say he has 100% headshot because it's at 0. So,
oh, now it's at 33.
Oh, now it's a 33. All right, never mind. Never mind. A third of a kills. But nevertheless, it is very difficult to see this. They did not have the reads on the CT side. Now they're on the back foot. Now they have to play this almost perfectly. They have to win pistol. They have to keep the conversion alive, or else the CT side will run away with this. The CT side has a lot of time to play with this. But as we saw in the last game,
this is one of the most important rounds by far, because whoever wins this round is able to basically pull through. If Marksman win it, they have the 12-2 almost guaranteed. Copy pastas are planting though. The numbers are on the copy pastas. Jack working with the mouse. Unable to find one. Does a good amount of damage. Okay, goes down as well. Jack down as well. Comrade Sector tries to get him, but down he goes. Copy pastas wins the pistol round. This is a really crucial round for them, especially because if the Marksman won this round, then they probably would win the next round, and that would bring them into match point.
yeah, I'm actually very interested to see if the Marksmen decide to force up this round. They have the rounds to play with it, and if they do decide to force up, it could. It's not looking like that. Forcing on second round CT is actually not bad, especially after a loss. But they opted to go for the safe route, just a few upgraded pistols, and we'll see how the copy posters respond.
Still save round on the Marksman's half. Seems like they stack the wrong site. Just all the T's are flooding into A. Maybe a couple of guns will be lost.
That should give the that should give the idea that they're stacked on B here.
Haha, trying to just like completely stop them from rotating. And it seems to be working. They're playing scared even.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's fear. Just I mean, they don't have the weaponry to like really deal with this. You know, I think when you stack a site, it's just very difficult to make anything out of it if they don't go to your site. You know.
Haha, I guess. And tries to find one. Let's go down. Comment Sniper, Mac 10 in hand, tries to save the gun. And he does.
It's a Mac 10. I've seen the Mac 10 do wonders. Mac 10, just like its counterpart, the MP9, is a run and gun type of gun, so we'll see. Especially Comrade Sniper has shown the ability to run and gun, especially with the hardest spray pattern in the entire game. So we'll see how it goes this round for them. Oh, he dropped it over to Talon.
A heavy push. A lot of util being used. Seems like they're going to be flooding out. Okay, able to find one with the MP9. Got M4 in hand. Able to find two. Seems just running into him. Retired bot able to get the trades, but this isn't looking too great for them. Rifle in hand. Will he get the kill? Gorilla Chinchilla able to find it. Playing around a retired bot. Able to find one. Tries to get the spray, but no. The marksman able to get this round.
Yeah, it just seems like they kind of missed. I think they might have missed their cam smoke there. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but it was like kind of there, unless it was placed by someone else. But just a kind of a very not convincing push onto the A site. The MAC-10 MP9 doing wonders there, slowing down the rush a little bit, and the marksmen were just able to kind of clean up pastas there.
Sure, and especially for the higher ranks, the util being used is almost like perfect. We see a ton of util going for stopping the push, ton of util for going out. You don't see people just dry peeking, except for the marksman pushing evox a lot of the time. But the thing is, we saw a lot of good util plays, and this is something a lot of lower ranks need to learn, and that's just, you need to use the util and you need to use it well.
Yeah, and that's, I think, something that these players have. Obviously, this is like the best of the best of CSC. They know they've been in these positions. They're, you know, above level 10.
Able to find two with the Galil.
Really well played.
Milkman also able to find Jack. This is not great for the marksman. Comrade Sniper also goes down. It is a 1v5k, M4 in hand. Unsure on what to do.
Yeah, he's probably just looking for a way to get back into this round. Probably just gonna opt for the save here. Not looking too hot here. Comrade Sniper on 850, Talon on 2k, but the rest of the squad not looking too hot in terms of money. So save here might be good. Maybe bring in a rifle into that pistol round. So yeah, really well played by the copy pastors, actually finding some answers. They have to play almost to perfection. They are at 11-4 here. They cannot really afford any more of those mistakes that they've been making. A lot of advantages given up, a lot of misuse of util, not good trades. These things need to be mitigated in order for them to keep pushing forward and bring this score line to hopefully win the game or turn this around. It's competitive.
Safe goes through, seems to be completely safe, hiding his gun from the T's. And this might be a repeat of our last game. We've seen the terrorists take a lot of rounds from the CTs, but the marksmen are holding still pretty well. This was a difficult round for them, and they're going to be pushed onto a save. But a lot of the players have really strong mental. Comrade Sniper, a ton of kills, should be holding through.
Yeah, this is Comrade Sniper's playground here right now. 21 and 10, 2.1 KD, absolutely just farming currently. So we'll see what they can do here.
Oh my goodness, T's got a lot of kills. Okay, takes a lot of space on A main. Was not looking good. The T's are still playing pretty passive. Talon holding B site with his Deagle. Able to find one with the Deagle. Able to find two! The Deagle, one shot's able to find another! He's solo with the Deagle. It goes down. But this might be the room they need. Able to find another. And the reversal, 2v1. It's just Haha versus the world.
What a wonderful play from the Deagle there. Just able to hit those heads cleanly.
Haha does find one, does find the other. Yes, he does. Oh my goodness, the marksman almost brought it back, but just kept aggressing. And this just didn't turn out for him.
That round was almost flipped on its head. The Deagle there play against around Yakindar Pillar was just so wonderful, getting 3 kills. The T's not being able to get that pick and then just being able to get picked off one by one almost lost the copy pastas that round. But luckily for them, haha, XD LOLO was able to clean that up.
Able to play well. Comrade Cyber takes down Kigu with the op. Both buys are looking very, very strong.
Yeah, I think the last couple of rounds, the Marksmen did not have the weaponry to like actually put up a fight. Well, I take that back. They did put up a fight with Deagles.
Okay, with the M4 in hand, this is kind of a pretty tough spot for the T's. They did lose one member, and they're trying to find the room. Section able to find one with the AK. Tao looking to hopefully trade it out, but the op is posted. The op goes through and takes him down. Okay.
Immediate response from the CTs there. Lose one, immediately swings just to get the peak, and then re-bring this back to a 3v3. That's what I'm saying, that the UPS finds the way to get advantages, but once they have these advantages, they end up losing them. Either to it be mistakes or really good team play from the marksman.
Okay, is taking this. They are pretty low. Once they are entering sight, okay, decides to play back the flash, going through. Able to find one. Jack also finding another retired bot. It is a 1v3. Able to find one with the op. Will he find the other? No, he doesn't. It goes down.
It got tagged,
point.
Right? Yeah.
I think it did get tagged. Yeah, Jack really low. Match point for the marksman. This is a pretty tough spot for the T's. They do have some money, but it's not looking great.
And now they're playing on the back foot. It has to be perfect. It's Deagle, Mac 10, an op, an AK. I'm really confused about this round. You have enough money to probably drop another person an AK, but you opt to have that op round. So let's see if it brings. It does bring value.
Does find its value.
We've seen honestly, UPS in this position, I think, before. Up numbers, okay, but then are quick to lose it.
Top damage, pretty heavy. Here's the Molotov. MP9 in hand. Retired bot. Haha, able to get it with the AK as well. Gorilla Chinchilla, able to find one, able to find two. Kigu, Mac 10 in hand, the SMG Warlord.
SMG Warlord, I love that.
Round slows back down. Gorilla Chinchilla smoke is going through. Kigu waiting for his opportunity to get onto site and start planting. Trying to find an opening, maybe find a pick too. Yup, able to find one. Okay, and goes down. Able to find one, but does not get it. Copy Pastas wins the round on a pretty rough buy, but the op was definitely a key defining factor into them securing the round.
Yeah, that's the kind of level of confidence. I know I questioned the op buy earlier in the round, but that's the kind of level of confidence that you have to have. I think especially at this level, it's like, hey, I can get that pick. He easily could have just dropped another AK for another teammate, but getting that pick at early round, I think was very beneficial, especially toward the round. We'll see if they can carry this on. Again, they have to play this perfect. This is a safe round now for the CTs.
A lot of space being taken B main. It seems like Kigu knows this and is backing off, making sure they don't get the weapon, but he is going to be holding. Goes down to the 5-7. 4v4 still tied up, but there are some guns, or one gun, into the CT's hands. The Milkman, unsure if there's a player lurking mid. Comrade Sniper able to find one, but does not get the pick. He's going to get flanked, and yes, he does. Everyone else looking, maybe see if there's a flank going through, maybe try and find a pick. Maybe take some exit frags, find some AKs, but it seems like the T's are playing very slow. Milkman able to find 2 top mid. Okay, opting to maybe hopefully find someone on the exit frags, but they know he's probably lurking there. And down he goes.
Really well played by the Cod Pastas. And they keep 3 alive this round, which I think is very vital, especially to the economy aspect of the game. So we'll take this and they'll have a full buy. Also the marksman on a full buy. We've seen what the marksman can do with rifles. So don't count them out. Copy Pastas are starting to close this out. Bring this hopefully to OT.
Back on a buy round for the CTs. This is a really good shot of them hopefully winning this round. I'm pretty sure they are on max loss bonus. So they have a couple more attempts, but it seems like the T's copy pastas are doing really well. Not even kill being used on A main.
I think it's fairly interesting in the last couple of games that we've seen that there's been like 2 players posted up A main at the beginning of the round, whereas I feel like in lower levels they tend to just have 1 person holding A at the beginning of the round. Kind of just ready for that A main aggression, being able to get traded up.
Still very slow across the board, not really much damage going through as well. But it seems like they might be executing towards A, and the marksmen do kind of figure this out, having someone rotate over now.
What is that smoke that landed on B site?
Conrad
Ooh, nice shot.
tries to peek mid, and down he goes. The retired bot with the up in hand. First pick goes through, 35 seconds left into the round.
Oh!
Jack pushes mid, spots 3 of them going B. Alarm bells going off once again. The marksmen need to rotate this, maybe even save here, because it is a 3v5.
It's always so frustrating as a player when you peek and you see 3 people looking at you. There's no surviving that.
Unless you're Donk, but...
Unless you're Donk.
Donk plays CCC, or CSC.
Yeah. If Donk played CSC, that'd be great.
Gorilla to chill, he goes. Okay, able to find 1. Gets spotted by the other, realizes this is his opportunity to hopefully save here. He might need the guns for the next few rounds. And down he goes to Kigu. Copy Pastas takes another round, inching closer to overtime.
Yeah, you know, I think that's fine to, at this time, to take those risks, maybe go for it, see if they let you in. Obviously, UPS, I think, played that really well, not giving him the opportunity to actually initiate the retake. But they got to start being aware of their economy, because they could get into a place here where, you know, you're not necessarily doing well. But they are a match point, so they do have the advantage in that aspect.
For sure. Back on a save round, we've seen them do wonders with Deagles, but it's pretty tough for them, hopefully, to maybe find a miracle round here. Smart Sniper does take a good chunk of damage. And down goes Talon, expecting someone to be up mid already.
That was a nice clean 1 tap there. Channeling their inner
Comrade playing a sneaky. Does spot one. The gun barrel poking out, able to grab an AK. This is some good space for Comrade. Seems like they are getting the A execute right, realizing they don't need B, they're gonna go for it. The rotates are not. Comrade taking a lot of space. Haha goes on site, able to find 1 with the AK. K goes down as well. 2v4. Chinchilla with Deagle in hand. Expect him to be close, takes a bit of damage. He's only coming up close. Comrade Sniper.
they're kind of aware that
And they're spraying through the smoke and find him.
not necessarily detrimental. They have the money for this next round, and they have full loss going into it for the next couple. So this is obviously, I think, going to be a very hopefully more difficult round for Capipas to win. So they need to be on their toe. They need to communicate. They need to play together. They need to take that space together and not afford as many mistakes as they are this close to bringing it to OT. Granted, they also just played an OT too.
Oh, down goes section. Comrade Sniper off in hand.
Oof, you hate to see that. I think as a rifler, whenever you peek into an op, it just feels so bad. It's like your round's just over. What do you do?
Grab a teammate. Don't line up.
Maybe scroll through TikTok afterwards.
Find your next lineup.
Queue up some Austin CS.
Yeah. And I gotta say, the copy bosses have been doing a lot of like presence towards A and mid. It's interesting how they keep stacking multiple people B, and whenever they lose someone B, it's almost always guaranteed that they rotate to that site.
Oh.
Comrade Sniper are able to find another with the op. This op might be the tool they need to finally secure the game. Jack grenades himself, maybe tries to find a little bit of a pick. Kigu now working onto A. Molotov goes through. It seems like they might have A. Trying to go through, trying to get onto site. This is a very tough spot. Retired bot able to find Jack. Gorilla Chinchilla also goes down. Comrade Sniper able to find one. Okay. Tries again with the M4. Reloading is not good, but Comrade Sniper saves him. Retired bot able to get one, but Downey goes to the Comrade Sniper, and that is it.
Another ace round from Comrade Sniper. What a
ace.
game!
Oh,
what a game from Comrade, just putting his team on his back. He said, look, my name is Comrade Sniper. Give me the op, please, and thank you. 123 ADR in the game. What a game. What a game from Comrade Sniper. Absolutely.
As a sniper, he must be carrying a lot of equipment and also carrying his teammates that game as well. And honestly, I was scared the copy pastas were bringing this back just like the other game. And we're going to see it overtime. And they played really well. We saw some really good plays. We saw some very good presence, getting a pick mid, going up canals and flushing into B. And it's really just a great overall strategy. They played overall very well. But the marksman just had Comrade Sniper to basically carry them. And they also overall played very well.
Yeah, no, I think they've really, in that situation, when you have a player like Comrade Sniper, just setting up your team to be able to benefit that person to do what they do best, I think is very influential. And they did that. I think once they got that op into Comrade's hands, they knew what they needed to do, and they played that really well. The op moved from B, getting that first pick over throughout the map, and eventually just clutching up the entire round with a ace. And it seems like UPS were coming back again. I think they had a lot of mistakes on their CT side that they could have mitigated. They also had a lot of rounds, I think, where they should have been able to convert them based off of the mistakes, and they weren't able to capitalize them. So really well played by the marksman. Copy pastas, I think they won their last game. Obviously a little bit worn out, I think, playing Premier two matches on today. So we will see what they come up with next week.
And those were all the games we had for today. And honestly, those are some pretty good games. Both Anubis, bright and sunny. And this definitely shows for a lot of teams, hey, you gotta make sure you know how to play CT Anubis. It's not supposed to be that much of a steamroll for the T side, but both games we saw today, and both teams struggled on the CT half.
Yeah, absolutely. Learning how to play CT. And again, that just comes with knowing your team, knowing when to rotate, knowing when to aggress. That is all what you're trying to figure out. Obviously, you have preseason when you're trying to make cuts. Now you're in the season and you're trying to figure that out. Retired Bot also with a really good game here. Unfortunately for them, Comrade Sniper was just on something else today and was able to just pull them through. So yeah, thanks you guys for joining us, and please feel free to join our Discord, join the community. We'd love to see you guys here. And yeah, anything else you want to say?
That's really it. Like that was some really good games. Season 17 is going to be incredible for all these leagues. And Premier, this was the highest level. It was really incredible to watch, especially as a prospect contender person myself. Like, I am not this good, and seeing them play this well is really incredible.
Absolutely. And I can also mimic that. We do have contender games tomorrow, so feel free to follow the stream. And yeah, we'll hope to see you guys soon. Thank you very much for tuning in.
See you later.